I say Sergei Hernandez.
You say Sergei Hernandez? Okay, wow, that is wild.
I think there is also very, very powerful national teams in the other, but I think this is just crazy.
Faroe Islands will come to the semi-final. Yep, said it. Yep, I'm dying on that hill.
Ball across to Dylan. He double in flight. Oh, what a start!
Ooh, into the net.
She does it again. Yes.
Van Dijvenberg are the champions of Europe. For something here. What a game! Across the keeper. What a comeback!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk handball again, and it couldn't be a better way to start off the year other than with, probably the greatest championship, the greatest tournament that there is. It's time for the Euro 2026 that is being played in Norway, Sweden, and in Denmark, and it's time to have a little lookout. In this spin, we talk handball. I'm Bengt Kunkel, but I'm not doing that by myself because this guy is actually having a home tournament for our Danish Dynamite. He has lifted the Euro trophy numerous times. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the one that always makes us smile. Martin Vilstrup, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Bengt. And the beach handball call also have some kind of a plate you lift up when you win it. But I'm good. Cold in Denmark, but great to be back with you guys. And I'm looking forward to the Euros. It's about that time where social media gives you these notifications about older memories. So I just got the one from Düsseldorf where we broke the world record together, and those kind of memories. So looking forward to make new ones with you.
Yeah, it almost feels surreal that it's always already been 2 years, right?
Yeah. It's been a while, and it's actually nice sometimes having these notifications, a heads up with old memories, but because you have a tendency sometimes to quick forget them, and then when they remind you again, it's good memories, and hopefully there will be more of those in the nearest future with the upcoming Euro.
Absolutely. And I mean, reminiscing in old memories, that is an easy one for the guy that we're introducing now, because lifting trophies actually was his baptism quote. I asked the priest, 3 times the biggest European trophy on club level, but there is a blank spot in his showcase because he hasn't lifted it on the national team. Ladies and gentlemen, Víctor, Tomàs, how are you?
I'm good, and I have to say, guys, sorry for my late connection to the recording. I love you guys, I'm good, and somehow I was expecting that we were talking about the Euro, and I knew that you are going to say that I never lifted this trophy. I knew it,
Yeah, I was trying to
true.
mantle it in a positive way because you did lift many European trophies, but not
Yes.
just this one.
You did, my friend. Everything is good. It's funny to be back, and I'm excited for the Euro because Euro, I could say that it's probably my favorite competition.
Yeah, absolutely understandable. It is the hardest competition there is to win in the world. I mean, you can tell us about it. Just give us a little. Where does it rank among all the tournaments that you have been playing in? Where does the Euro rank?
I would say number 2.
Olympics as the first one?
The worst. It's my favorite, to watch and probably to watch, but to play, my favorite was no doubt EHF Final Four club, because for me that's the biggest event that handball has, and then it's the Euro, very, very close with the Olympic Games, or I would say in the same level, and then a little, but just a tiny little bit under, it's the World Championship.
Yeah, and especially this year, I do have the feeling that it's a special one. There are a lot of stories to be written. It's standing in the stars already. We are going to talk about that in a little bit. But it made me even feel quite uncomfortable because when I'm telling you now, it's the first Euro without Nikola Karabatic since 2002. Martin, how does that make you feel?
It quickly just started making me think how old I was when the last time Karabatic didn't And I'm still quite young, but 2002, 13 years old. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, but that just explains a lot about his legacy and what he have done to the sport and why the reason why he's the GOAT. But yeah, I actually didn't think about that. And also in the previous years, we had a lot of personalities and big characters within handball that quit their careers. So yeah. I mean, luckily for us, within the sport, we got a lot of other great personalities and characters. But yeah, Karabatis is yeah the goat. So it's a special one in that sense.
But as you said,
It's
yeah, go ahead.
it's freaking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The first Euro without Nicola since
2002.
2002. This is absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I was barely even walking back in those days,
So
but that's a
yeah,
different
but
story.
but of course the longevity in the national team, but also the consistency in his physical condition, that he was never injured. He has been through some injuries, big ones. So that's crazy.
Yeah,
It's a good point regarding because you see players having, can you call it bad timing, bad luck with injuries, and then they miss out because also, as we spoke about earlier, there's a lot of games for the players and not that many breaks, so it tears on your body. And I mean, it's just put a big underline on what we said earlier that his physical is he's been a monster and tough to stop.
yeah, true that. But as you already said, Martin, it is time for new heroes now, and the stage is clear for new stories to be written. But of course, when things like that happen, even though this is a Euro lookout, we got to talk about it for like 2 minutes. It's time for new heroes in the Bundesliga as well. 2027, Dika Mem joins Füchse Berlin. Víctor, your opinion on that, and how long did you keep it a secret from us?
I kept it a little long. Yes,
Actually,
a few weeks. Yeah, a few weeks.
Yeah, that's how it is.
It's a very personal decision of him. It's something that it's attracting him to be in the Bundesliga, and also it's attracting him a lot to play with Gitzel. And of course, it's also a very, very good combination, which are not that many in handball, between a very competitive club and team and a big city and very nice city to live. You know, there is a lot of nice places to live around handball in Germany, France, and all around Hungary, all around. But he was looking for also a big city, you know. So I think, of course, that for Barca it's a big hit because it's the captain, it's a player that has grown in Barca, the player that has the Barca values and I would say Barca blood, because he's really feeling it, you know. And of course, for Barca, it's a big hit, but I have no doubt that Barca is going to react. It's going to do it well. And Barca, my friend, it's always Barca.
it is. You always got to be afraid of Barca, but you got to be afraid of that Berlin squad too. Because if we look at it, Simon Püttlik, he was just announced not too long ago as well that he will join from Flensburg. Then you have Gitzel, Püttlik, Mem, but on the other hand, there still needs Lichtlein. Mathis Langhoff just extended his transfer. There's a lot of class in that squad. Martin, is it the next big project in the spheres of Paris Saint-Germain, in the spheres of West Brom?
In some sense, it is a little bit. If you look at it, I think Bob Hanning also would like to have it like that. I'm excited to see also in terms of goalkeeper what they bring. I think it's a big hit for them. Also losing Milosavljevic for Victor was maybe laughing because I was about to say the name. To Kelce, but what's coming up also there? Interesting. Whenever they're gonna publish that, Nikolai Krikau said on Danish television not long ago they got it signed. They just needed to publish it whenever it's gonna be. But it's for me in terms of Dikamem and him joining Bundesliga. I agree with Victor. Barcelona is gonna be Barcelona, but sometimes. we spoke about Barcelona and Paris being a nice city. Berlin is as well. But in terms of legacy, when you think about a player to be tested in the best league, I don't know if there's something about that as well. And also to be able to show what can be done in the Bundesliga, where a lot of away games are no easy games, pressure from spectators and stuff like that. But Füchse Berlin, yeah, in some sense they are. But what I like about Füchse Berlin is they have a lot of young players as well, German players in the team. Lasse Ludwig also in goal. It's also interesting. So in that sense, they have some German players, and that I like about the project. That it's not only the big superstars they're getting in, because but de Pytlik is Gitzlit could it be like an all-star? If I could pick the three best I would want in the backup players, yeah, pretty much
Maybe
basic.
maybe the International Handball Federation is preparing a new rules, and maybe handball has to be played with three balls,
Yeah,
in
exactly.
2027.
Fair enough.
Just joking, only joking.
Maybe Bob knows more than we do, but
Hey, that's for sure. Bob knows always more
a
than
lot
we do.
more. He does know a lot more that we do combined. That is for sure. But yeah, I almost feel like we got to do another Füchse special for that project that is coming up there in the podcast. But not today. Just a short opinion from you guys there. Because today is about the Euro that is just coming up, and I thought of a little segment to do with you guys, because throughout the tournament, of course, we will be recording podcasts, but for you, I can explain now that we are going to have daily podcasts. So right after the final whistle of the last game of the day, we are going to call each other and have a little talk about what happened during the day, so that we can keep you guys always up to date with the current happenings of the EHF Euro. And as we're doing that daily, I want to find the best team of the tournament. So we're starting today with the goalkeeper position, and I am gonna give you names. So we're doing it always in a 1-versus-1 battle. The winner stays on. And since the two of you are doing this with me today, we are gonna switch it around from one to another. So the first one will be for Víctor. The second one will be for Martin. I want to know from you, who is the better goalkeeper, Sergej Hernandez or Viktor Hallgrímsson?
Sergej Hernandez.
All right, Martin, Sergej Hernandez or Dominik Kuzmanovic?
Sergej Hernandez.
Víctor, Sergej Hernandez or Nikola Portner?
Sergej Hernandez.
Martin, Sergej Hernandez or Andreas Palika?
I just like the way we say Sergej Hernandez and then Víctor, the way he says it. But I'm gonna. Oh, it's a tough one. I like Palika, but I'm gonna say Sergej Hernandez.
Víctor, Sergej Hernandez or Andreas Wolf? And don't lie, my friend.
Arm is up. Arm is up.
Passive play.
I say Sergej Hernandez.
You say Sergej Hernandez. Okay, well, that is wild. But we'll see. Sergej Hernandez or Remy Desbonnet?
I know where this is ending, but I'm gonna say Sergej Hernandez.
Sergej Hernandez or Dejan Milosavljev?
Sergej
It's
Hernandez.
Víctor. Yeah.
Sergej Hernandez or David Spät?
Sergej Hernandez.
Víctor, Sergej Hernandez or Nacho Biosca?
Sergej Hernandez.
Martin, Sergej Hernandez or
Emil
Emil
Nielsen.
Nielsen? All right,
I'm gonna
all
go
right.
Emil Nielsen.
So Emil Nielsen is
Oh,
the only
it was
goalkeeper
really
above
tough.
him.
For me,
Yeah, for me.
yes.
Yeah.
For me, yes. At this moment, if we see the way he's performing with his club, for me, at this moment, yes, Emil Nielsen is the only one above Sergej Hernandez. It's another thing in the national team, because the defense that Sergej Hernandez is used to have in Flensburg is different than the one
Magdeburg,
he's
yeah.
gonna have in Spain. But for me, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, for Magdeburg, I think you said Flensburg there. I don't know if you have any insider
yeah,
again with
well.
Sergej Hernandez, but he's
Yeah.
going to. No, no. For
Yeah.
me, I have no doubts. It's Emil Nielsen. And yeah, no. Sergej Hernandez, the way he performs for Magdeburg is unbelievable, and Andreas Wolf is also an unbelievable keeper. But Ah, I mean, yeah. I'm
But I
saying
like
this,
this
and
game. I like this game.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm saying it. I'm Danish, but and then it's gonna seem maybe a little bit wrong. But I do believe honestly that Emil Nielsen is the best in the world.
Yeah, well,
But
that is not a hot take. So I think
No,
it's
no,
the
no.
easy choice to go for Emil
Yeah.
Nielsen. That's why, of course, he had to be the last one in here. But if we're looking at goalkeeper duos, so Sergei
Yeah.
Hernandez playing together
That's
with Nacho Biosca, Emil Nielsen and Kevin Möller on the Danish side. We have David Späth and Andy Wolf. Victor, where does Spain rank there?
oof, I would say Denmark number one, and I would say Spain. Oof, I think it's. I cannot choose between German and Spanish goal. I would say they
um,
are on a draw in number two in this
I,
case
I
as a
I have to
duo.
mention duos also. Palika and Appelgren is not a bad one either. And then Mandis and Kuzmanovic from Croatia, I would say that's a strong one as well. And I don't believe people are thinking that much about Croatia in terms of but and they are also too for the future. Maybe of the the years the other have on the big stage, they gain a little bit of extra points for that because they've shown their qualities for many years. But Denmark is for me the number one, and then I have a little bit of tendency maybe to go towards Germany on number two. Um, for
But both
me,
both Spanish
yeah.
goalkeepers are in Champions League.
Yeah, yeah, that's true compared to David Spade. I do believe that David Spade could also be a goalkeeper, but yeah, also it's just yeah, yeah, fair enough. And actually for two very
It's
good
hard.
clubs as well. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. And Appelgren is in Veszprem, and Palika is yeah okay. He's in Kolstad, but yeah, he's shown his quality on the big stage, and it's a lot of great duels, I would say, just like that in general. Croatia, it's a little bit of outsider.
But but about the goalkeeper position, I have to say Spain is just crazy because we don't have to forget that the two goalkeepers are out of the Euro is Gonzalo Pérez de Vargas and Rodrigo Corrales. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, then let's stay with Spain here immediately
I,
because
oh,
of
okay.
of course those are the important topics when it comes down to the Spanish national team. If we look at the last competitions, and I'm sorry, Victor, we have to look at them. It was a very, very early exit in the Euro 2024 and 2025. I think they finished 18th at the World Championship. So two disappointing tournaments in the last 2 years. Do they set the track on the future now on the goalkeeper position as well? Because Paris de Vargas, he is playing again.
No, I don't think this duo that goes to this championship it has to be the duo for for the next championships. I think that Jordi Rivera has shown to everybody that he's not married with any player. He just look at the statistics, and the best performer is the one who's gonna be in the goal. So I think that there is this group of four goalkeepers with Nacho, Sergei, Gonzalo, and Rodrigo that they have to earn it. And I think that Sergei and Gonzalo are a little bit ahead of the other two, and Rodrigo is a little bit ahead of Nacho, and Nacho is performing really well with Nantes, so that's why he earned his spot in the national team.
That I agree with Spain. It just had me thinking, and I thought about it earlier also with Denmark that Landin is also in the squad for Denmark. It's pretty
But
okay to have.
we are talking about Spain.
Yeah,
Denmark
sorry,
is
sorry, sorry,
yeah.
sorry, and the two goalkeepers in Paris. Yeah, so we are. Spain is good. No, no, I'm kidding. I
But
agree with Victor. Whatever what he said with Corrales and also Sergei Hernandez. And as I said just earlier, Sergei Hernandez he's been performing on a high level. Last year at Final Four, and also this year for Magdeburg. Also when he's been standing alone there and shown his quality, I think it's a good step for him. Or big step also going to Barcelona and being there. That's going to be very interesting to see. Um, Yeah, he's a top goalkeeper, and I think he's the first choice at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. But then on the other side, that's just the goalkeeper position. It wasn't the one that Spain was worried about in the last years. And we're looking at the squad now, and the radical change is still in the making with Jordi Ribera at the top. But I mean, you look at the squad, there's no Chikusa brothers. There's a lot of, well, new names coming in. David Serradia, Antonio Serradia, sorry, is back in the national team. Victor, where is Spain at with their change at the moment, with their transition into the future?
That's a good question. Obviously, as you said, it was no good results in the last two championships, and I think I have to say I like the squad. I like the names. I like the individuals. I think it's a team with good energy. Um, uh, but for me, it's just a matter of time that this team can perform at the level of its individuals. It's a matter of time that they get to know each other as a team because, as you said, it's like new names coming in and out almost every time the national team is meeting. If this championship is gonna be that moment where we can see Spain all put it together and understanding each other a perfect way that they can compete the games against Denmark, France, Sweden, I don't know. I hope so. But I think that the team is in the good way to be that team again that has been fighting for medals for so long time.
The question that I have with that is, how long does Jordi Ribera get for that? So he does have a contract until 2028, and the last tournaments, they weren't the ones that Spain was looking for. And if there could be another bad result, does that change anything into the direction of his future?
But to be fair with Jordi, in between two bad results, it was a very good one. It was an Olympic medal.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And that makes it even more unexplainable how these two bad results came to place.
because Spain, I
I
think
think
that
that-
Spain is a team that you can win against everyone and can lose almost against everyone as well. So I think that Jordi has earned the credit of being there, and he has shown that he's a good leader for the national team. Finally, after many years of chasing it, Spain was able to win the Euro, and not only once but twice. Um, so I think he has a credit, even though this championship is maybe not good. The future we will see, but I think he has the credit to stay and keep working with this group of players because I think this group of players can give Spain medals. But maybe this is a question that we should ask to my good friend Paco Blázquez, the president of the Spanish Federation.
Go ahead and do it. You can get us a
He
voice
would
for the
be
podcast.
okay. No.
It was my
I don't want to
suggestion.
get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It's just interesting to see how patient Spain is with their way into the future because, of course, there are interesting players, and one that I'm especially looking at this tournament is Ian Barrufet. So he is having kind of a breakout year right now at Barca, and is a monster in offense and in defense. So how much we'll rely on him, Martin?
Oh, he's a winger, and I mean he's contributing both ends. But I also feel like Dani Fernandez is a good one. They share the wing on the national team, but also in Barcelona. But for me, at the moment, it looks like it's also what Víctor said in former earlier episodes. It's a little bit of a generation change, maybe with Jan Guri, Nathan Suarez, and Marcos Fis also coming in. Some different types, faster ones, and also Victor Romero on the line. I think there's some interesting names teams, younger ones. I also think that Gassiandia on the right back has been playing very well. I don't believe it's too much pressure on Ian Barufet. Of course, from the name is a legacy, but he's a good player.
No, I feel like he will
that's the
stand
thing.
out this tournament. So I feel like he's going to have a great tournament, and he is going to take that responsibility, not just that it's been put on him.
Maybe, but the way that I see it with the Spanish national team is that they changed their wings with Odriozola and Alexi Gomez and Dani Fernandez and Jan Barufet. They have a tendency that they play one half each and 30 minutes of each game, or they play one game totally and then the next one have the other one, just like they have a tendency to do with the goalkeepers. But yeah, it's interesting to see.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of playing time for all the wings because this is the way Jordi is managing the time. But Ian Barrufet, in my opinion, it's a super, super important player for this team because you can use him for almost, everything you need. If you need a 5-1 with a big guy in the one, you can use him. If you need him defending in number 5, you can use him. If you need him to be for some reason in the middle in the middle, you can use him. And also he has a big finesse with his wrist. I don't know if you have seen the highlight against Portugal that he scored a crazy goal. So I think that Ian Barrufet is a super important player, not only in the playing court because funny fact is that I met him when David Barrufet took Ian to my summer camp a long time ago when Ian was 8 years old.
So we know where he learned it.
Of course, he Dikamem learned everything from me, and also Ian Barrufet learned everything from me.
Emil Nielsen as well.
Emil Nielsen maybe something, not everything, But I have to say, Ian, it's a natural leader. He has charisma, and people is following him, and I think that's gonna be very important for the group.
Yeah. In some way, I've just thought about Miguel Sanchez, that also was a former national team player that plays in Benfica, that also a tall wing that could do good in defense. I think Barrufet is better from the corner as a winger, but it's just a sense of what he can contribute with in defense. In general, I feel like Group A is very interesting when it comes to speaking about Spanish coaches with Jordi Rivera, Raul Gonzalez from Serbia. You have Igor Romero from Austria. So there's 3 Spanish coaches in that group, and then it's only Alfred Gislason that's not coming from out of Spain in that group. So there's gonna be some insight, knowledge, and it's also different playing styles for the way that Igor Romero has been doing it from Biegenheim and also with Austria, and the way that the other teams are playing. In that sense, I feel like for the Euros, it's a very interesting group, and not to give Víctor a bad déjà vu, if you can say it, with Austria, but they are a tough team. I see Spain and Germany as the favorites, but Austria can do damage. They also did against Germany in the qualification, and did also the one I spoke about earlier, the last Euros was a tight game. Or was that against Switzerland? I actually don't recall, but they played against each other back then. And let's not forget Serbia. I know they have injuries with Milan Kos and players like that, but yeah, they also played some close games against Spain in the qualification, and
they even won one. They even defeated Spain in the qualification. That's why I'm especially looking at that group being super exciting for the tournament because Spain just has a recent history with many of those teams. So Serbia beat Spain in the qualification. Austria, you said it, they were responsible for that trauma that Spain actually carried away. Do you pull learnings out of these games?
Okay. I would say they do, but I also like to say that I've seen some of the results for the test matches up towards this Euros, and I think Spain looks strong. It may be in a better shape that they have done at the other tournaments that they were coming to in terms of the mentality and how they are going into it. But yeah, Group A is for me the strongest group at the Euros. Let's put it like that. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna follow it close. Also because it's the opening match, if I remember correctly. Also coming from that one, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is
It's
Germany
Spain,
against.
Serbia in the Group A,
Yeah,
the
Yep.
first
yeah.
game. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
running
it's an interesting one.
running simultaneously with France Czechia on Thursday when the Euro is kicking off. But Victor, once to you again that same question. Can you pull learnings out of these games, or will it be different games anyway at the Euro?
Yeah, you can always learn things, but in the case of Serbia, it's gonna be very different because if I don't remember wrong, when Spain and Serbia played the qualification, Raúl González was still not the coach of Serbia.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, so now it's gonna be Raúl, and some things might change. Not a lot because there is not a lot of time to change things for Raúl, but some things are gonna change. So in this case, I think it's gonna be a very different games. And about Spain, Austria, yeah, it's gonna be a completely different games. Of course, I'm sure Jordi is gonna watch the game in the Euro in Germany, and I'm sure Iker is gonna watch the game against Spain, but it's gonna be completely different.
Yeah, most definitely, because it's a new Austria as well, with the Iker Romero in the bench. There's a lot of excitement, especially in this group, looking into the tournament, because there's that one other nation that I can tell you from firsthand, Germany goes crazy about right now. It is Germany. Right now, when I'm looking at it through the media, everybody is hyping this team up into the heaven and even further. I'm interested in hearing your guys' opinion, because if we're looking at Germany right now with Juri Knorr just transferred to Aalborg, Köster having announced his transfer to Kiel, Ustschins, Lichtlein, Golla, Fischer, Wolf, Spät. We could continue this for like 18 players right now. Is this the best Germany you guys have seen in a long time, Martin?
Yeah, then this question is for what is a long time, but yeah, they're looking strong at the moment. But I've seen better German teams. Let me put it like that. Just wanted to give a quick comment before I'm commenting on Germany, that Serbia also played against Poland, and those were for closed doors, so it was not for the media. So I think Raúl González have prepared something for the matches that's upcoming, so the team's not to see too much before there. But Germany are looking strong. The only thing I have about Germany is on the left wing that I don't really understand why Tim Freihöfer is not a part of the team, because for me, he's the best goal scorer they have on the wings. He's a guy that can pull off 10 goals easily. Mertens is the safe one for me. Damke, I know his defensive qualities, and maybe he's also good for the group. But in terms of that's the only one I have. Besides that, I do believe they have a lot of interesting players, Germany. And also from Gummersbach, they have a couple of players that I'm very much looking forward to see what they will contribute with and how much playing time they're having. But Juri Knorr, I'm impressed. He can already speak Danish, and he has been taking the Danish league in a very good way with his speed. So they're looking good. But let's also not forget, it's not that many months ago they got kicked in an Olympic final also, and they're looking good.
Well, I
But
mean,
there's
it's a fact that they reached an Olympic final,
That's
thank you for
true.
stating that there. There was a lot of input in your statement as well. Let's start it on the left wing where you started it with. Tim Freihöfer plays an outstanding season at Berlin, but Lukas Mertens and Rune Damke, they actually got preferred over him. German media doesn't really understand it. Does the Spanish left wing do? Does the Spanish right wing do?
Does the German media asked about this decision to German coach?
I don't. There have been questions about it, and it was not a decision against Tim Freihöfer. It was a decision for Rune Damke and Mertens. And I mean, they are not bad choices, of course not. But yeah, there's a lot of concern or a lot of or not understanding about it.
So, I don't know Tim as a person. I don't know Rune as a person. I don't know Mertens as a person. And I think that people is only giving the opinion of what they see in the playing court. And without any doubt, Freihofer has been amazing. Amazing. Arguably the best of the three. You know, for this he's been amazing. But I think that the choice of
Rune Damke,
German
Mertens,
coach, no,
Alfred Gislason.
Alfred Gislason.
yeah,
Yeah.
the you know, Alfred has been chosen not only looking at the playing court, at the goals, he has been choosing around everything. You know, what are these players giving him inside the playing court and outside the playing court. This is my opinion. Without knowing any of the players, without knowing what are the relationships around there, I don't know anything. But my opinion is that Alfred has chose the players who thinks are gonna give the best for the group inside and outside the playing court.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, it's always important to have a look at that as well.
It's just a guess, so I don't want anyone to be annoyed by my opinion, but it's just a guess, you know, thinking that in a very short period of time a group of players have to perform, you know, and with the experience that Alfred has, he has chosen this.
Yeah. But yeah. I agree. Also, as I said with Damke, maybe has something to do with the way that he's in the group and he's experienced one as well. But yeah, with Germany, they look strong. But last time they were in the semi-final for the first time since they won it was in 2010.
16.
Then it's been. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Then since 2010 or something like that, they have won it and then only being in one semi-final. So I also need to see some kind of a consistency in terms of that. But with that being said, I think they have a good team. I think I saw some of the matches they played against Croatia. They look very good also there in those matches. So
well, and I mean, talking about consistency, the curve has been consistently going up, especially ever since Alfred Gislason is there. So he took over a Germany that was more or less on the ground. So of course there was that triumph in 2016, but I think it was around 2019 when he took over and led Germany back up there. And I mean, regular semifinals ever since. Just a small loss to Portugal in last year's World Championship.
I agree. That in that sense, I agree. But and I also they will go through from the group with the group they had because they have some interesting players, as I said, with Lichtlein, Schlurov, Kiesler, Langhoff,
especially
Köster,
Kiesler.
Krekitz.
I'm looking forward to seeing so much because he's a true defensive expert, and I feel like
I agree.
that might be the one missing puzzle piece that Germany was lacking in the last years.
But a topic we also need to then speak about in terms of this with being a Euro, and what we like about a Euro is there are no easy games. And let's say that Germany goes on and what other teams move on to the main round, they will most likely be in a main round with Denmark, France, Spain, Germany, then it's Norway and Portugal.
Yeah.
So you pick two teams that's moving on from there to the semi-final, and that's the tough part about being in that main round compared to the other main round, where I, with all due respect, I see that as a little bit.
We're
easy
coming
is the
there
wrong
in a
word
bit.
to put.
Easy.
Okay. This just to have that into consideration when we speak about the teams that are good and can go far. It's just that's a thing to have in mind that it's a tough road.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at that main round, you just said it. Just for the people out there, potential main round group: Spain, Germany, Denmark, France, Portugal, Norway. Víctor, have you ever seen anything like this?
Actually not. I think that the only no, I don't think so. I think there is also very, very powerful national teams in the other, but I think this is just crazy, you know. I think that France, Denmark, and Germany are super, super teams.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot Portugal. I like a lot Spain. Uh,
I
Norway
like a
has
lot Norway
been.
this year, yeah.
They have some
Yes,
injuries.
I like Norway, but they have to prove it to me, because
Mm-hmm.
the last performances of Norway have been, I have a lot of doubts in my mind
Let's talk
about
about
them.
those doubts. Let's stay with Norway here for a second because it is a super interesting tournament for them. Ville, the national team coach, leaves actually Christian O'Sullivan, Peter Overby, and Güllerud at home. That those are massive calls, and the Norwegian press actually goes crazy about it as well. I just read an interview from November, I think it was, when Güllerud was thinking about the last home tournament they had, and that he was looking forward to the home tournament that they will be playing now. And then the bomb drops that he actually isn't part of the squad. Yeah, how much does it take for a coach to take a decision like that, Martin?
Yeah, that's a tough one because he's been one of the fundamental parts of the defense and also offensively, and he has a lot of experience. I would say I know Jonas Ville. He's a very nice guy, very humble guy, and yeah, he took some decisions and he stuck with it, taking a young guy in, Martin Høde from Kolstad instead, and Henrik Jakobsen, who's always been, close to the national team, in and out. And what's unbelievable about Henriksen is the when I played with him 15 years ago, he looks like he do now. Also, one hell of a monster. Solstar in Hanover. Yeah, I don't know if it has anything to do with injuries. I'm not very updated in terms of Gullerud. I know Øverby has been struggling with injuries earlier this season. And in general, for me, injuries on the right back position with Magnus Røde, Hal Reinking, Ken Robin Tønnesen saying that he would need some time off from the national team, leaves them with Patrick Helland Andersson and Simon Schønningsen. That's a big loss, to be honest. And if I have to say another thing, I'm very surprised that Andre Christensen is not in the national team instead of Robin Haug. I mean, Robin Haug, all due respect, also a lot of respect to him. He was a young guy when I played in Norway in the same team, 16 years old, and he's performing good in Hamburg. But Andre Christensen, playing Champions League with Sporting, he's been performing on a good level. Yeah. There are some questions about it. It's up to Jonas Ville to prove that we're wrong, but I. They're struggling, to be honest. They're struggling a lot, Norway. Blons also just came back from an injury not long ago, also.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, there's big names missing, but those big names they put up gaps for new player to come in, and then we do see Tobias Grøndal. We do see a complete new face, Martin Hofte, who hasn't ever played for the Norwegian national team before this tournament. Well, I mean, of course, now in the tests that they have. And then there's still Sander Sargosen. Victor, do you think that there is a way that Tobias Grøndal and Sander Sargosen can be fit into one system?
Yes, because they will, if they play together, it will be Grundal, the one, let's say, calling the plays, because it's gonna be him in the center. And I think that probably Sander Sagosen, it's facing the championship with Norway, where people expect less from him, because his performing has not been the one that we are used about him, and probably he is, maybe without big pressure in this championship, maybe we can see again a really good Sander Sagosen in this championship. I hope so, because I think Norway need him a lot. But yeah, it's very exciting, this Norwegian team, because it's a lot of new blood. So this is exciting, and this is what it's making me have a lot of doubts in the same time, because um, actually I don't know what to expect about this Norway, because it's gonna be first time to see a lot of their players playing actually together in a big pressure stage.
Martin Høfte, I don't believe he will play a big role. I think it would be Solstad as the first one and then Henrik Jakobsen. But I have to say, it's been a while since we compared Sander Sargussen to Mikkel Hansen and speaking about who was the best in the world. I don't believe that Sander Sargussen is at that level that he used to be. He's performing good in Aalborg, I have to say. He's fit in the team very well. Had a little bit of injuries in the beginning of the season and came back. And I also feel like Simon Lyse is a quality player that's going to Paris Saint-Germain next year. But to be honest, I see them as the weakest one in the main round that you just mentioned, and we will come back later to predictions and stuff like that. And they also just played against Denmark in a test game. They were very good in the first half. Torbjørn Bergerud was very good. He seems like he's performing very well when he's playing for the national team, also stepping up a little bit more. And they need him to play an unbelievable tournament to come far in this tournament. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean,
Norway.
For him, it's much like all the other players for Norway, because he can be in between the absolute top level in the world, but then he has some performances in there where you're like, that was not the one that helped Norway winning today. So if they want a surprise, they need a glorious day. And I mean, each and every one of them. But I do feel like even though there's a huge change going on, that Norway has it in them. But we are going to see it. They can prove it to us in their last group match because from the preliminary round, because that one is going to be against France. Current title holders, disappointing Olympics were there, but of course, France is always on track, and France is always a team to look out for. I would call it the era of responsibility right now. So the responsibility to kick off the new generation, to prove that the latest successes weren't just randomly put together. Víctor, how do you see France at the moment?
I see them very strong. I think that if they have a consistent percentage of saves in the goalkeeper position, they can beat anyone, no doubt. I think they have a super squad. I think that if we go through names, Aymeric Min, Thibaut Briet, Dikamem, Melvin Richardson, Elohim, Ludovic, Dylan Nai, Kunkel, it's just crazy, So
it doesn't stop, yeah.
And I think that in my eyes, their weakest point is the goalkeeper position. But again, both goalkeepers play together in Montpellier, and I think they are both super good goalkeepers. So, but I think that they just need to be more consistent. So if they are able to give France a good percentage of saves through the championship, I see France with a lot of chances. Not a lot of chances, not a lot, because the final weekend is in Denmark, and we have to remember, playing in Denmark against Denmark. That's I don't know if there ever has been a biggest challenge in handball to play against this Denmark in Denmark and win against them. But I think that France is one of the top teams of the championship.
I am going to come back to that statement in a little bit because at first the goalkeeper situation for France, it isn't just a duo, it is a trio. So they do have Rémi Desmondé, Charles Bolsinger, but Valentin Kiefer, he is nominated as well. He plays in the league for Chambéry, and especially now in the last matches before the Euro when they faced Austria, they tested all three of them. So I'm not too sure yet which goalkeeper duo they will rely on throughout the tournament. It is going to be super interesting to see, Martin, if you had the choice to choose between the duo that plays together in the team or on club level, or to put in a different impact from Valentin Kiefer, what would you decide on?
I would go with the Nantes duo, and I think it's about time that Bolsinger he gets
Montpellier.
Montpellier, yeah.
No, Montpellier. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that he gets the chance in goals, and I think he should be the first choice. And then Rémi Despinay probably as the one coming in with a little bit more experience. But yeah, for me, the thing that I look most forward to at France is that I think this is going to be a tournament for Min. I think if he can stay fit, yeah, he's been playing very well, and I think he's an unbelievable player.
Yeah, that's
But
actually the position that I'm super interested in seeing in France as well. So the center back position in between Nedim Remili and Emerick Min, because Min, he is just getting better and better with each game that he plays. I'm interested in seeing how they are gonna use it, because I do feel like it is two different types of players. Aymeric Min is a little more into those 1v1 dribblings. It's a little more into being quirky, and that he can make use of a tired defense after the 40th minute, maybe. But he will be needed throughout the tournament. What role do you give him, Martin?
I think you are saying some of the right things there, and for me, it's more like I like Remili a lot, actually, and the way that he plays. He has a little bit more of a shot from the distance, but I like the flow more when Min is playing for France. It's more like individual when I feel like they're playing with Remili, or even though that he's been playing now for some time as the playmaker.
He's
but
still the reigning Euro MVP.
I know that, and that's what I'm saying. He's a great player, but he's also a right back more than maybe a playmaker for me. Even, but it's in France's sense. It's because they also have Dicamem, and they need to play with more than one left-handed sometimes. But with Prandi, Brier, Min, and Dicamem, I feel like the flow is a little bit better when they're playing with him. That's my personal opinion, and it goes a little bit faster. It's just like that we're probably going to see Denmark playing with Gisle in the middle, that some of the left-hander will be in there. But for me, for sure, the flow is better when Min is playing. And that's said that Remili can come in and he likes to play with the pivots, the line players, and make goals on his own.
Yeah, well, I'm giving you, Victor, the first row, Prandi, Remili, Dicamem, and the second row, Thibaut Brier, Aymeric Min, Melvin Richardson. Sorry, Melvin Richardson. Choose your fighter.
I would go for second one probably, because
Okay.
I think because when you ask this, you only think about attack normally, right? Of course, Melvin is not he's not the best defensive player ever, but Prandi either. And if I would have to, and Remili either as well. And if I would have to choose in terms of general performance, then I would go with number 2, because also I really like Min in the center, and I really like Thibaut Brier.
Yeah, and well, we're just seeing that France does have a lot of options. It is a super deep squad, and they are full of world class from the very first to the very last position. But as we open the talks with it, we of course have to mention it here as well. How much will the Mem transfer impact the team as well? Because I mean, there is going to be talks in the living room. I was just about to say there is going to be talks in the locker room about that transfer. Will that make any impact on the team chemistry?
I don't think so. It's going to be a lot of joking, a lot of laughing, and a lot of joking about how much money Dika is gonna get. But that's it. That's my opinion.
Okay.
He didn't do anything. Like, it's not like he's left Barca in a bad way, a negative way, that they had any controversy or anything. He just took a choice that he wanted to try something else in a different country and different city. So yeah, I do believe there will be nothing really to talk about besides congratulating him on a new challenge, on a new chapter. But first he needs to finish with Barcelona, and I do believe he will on a good note, because obviously he loves the club Barcelona, and yeah, So I don't believe it will have any effect at all.
And as of now, it's still a year and a half to go. So we'll see how that whole project will develop. But still, then he will play as a right back together with the best right back in the world right now. You said it already. Matthias Gitzo, he was tried out on the center back position with Mats Hoxha in the right back position. But still, he's a left-hander and he's pretty good at what he does in the right back position. So will this tournament will be a little bit of a distant duel in between Dika Mem and Matthias Gitzel already?
No, I don't believe it will. The reason why Denmark do is first of all because Thomas Arnoldsen has an injury, sadly, because he's a big player for Denmark. He was meant to be the first playmaker. The second thing is that whenever some of the opponents go high on the number 2 or number 4 in defense, it's a way of Denmark to avoiding that, to put Gitzel in the middle, and also because Hoxha is a good player. But no, I don't believe there will be any individual competition or whatsoever for Dika Mem and Gitzel, but it's most likely that Gitzel will probably also be playmaker whenever Dika Mem joins, with Pytlik on the left back. Who knows what they
you
have
gotta
thought
find
about when they
solutions for
signed
that.
it, or Dika as a playmaker. They can do everything.
I gotta say, I think that deep inside, they are both competing not now in this championship, but for a long time already.
Yeah.
And I think that every player has ego, but when you are one of the best players in the world, like these two, uh, your ego, even though you can manage it, and these two are really nice guys, but you want to be the best. And I think that deep inside, they are both competing all the time, not only in this championship, in the league, in the Champions League, and everywhere.
Yeah, okay, that I agree, but I don't believe that is something they have used any energy on whenever it's on the Euros. How is Dika Mem performing? Is Gitzel not thinking about, or the other way around? But I don't know. But
I
obviously,
agree.
very competitive. They're very competitive, obviously, and it's just gonna give a boost for the Fischer Berlin team. Then, like to push each other to the extremes. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and now that we are talking about that competition in between them, it is a competition in between the two nations as well, because of course it has been the last Euro final. It has always been the clash when it comes down to who is the better national team. So let's look at Denmark. Let's look at the ones that haven't won the title in 14 years, however in the world that was possible. And TV2 is just publishing on Tuesday the documentary De Gyldne Generationer, and they are looking at. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to pronounce it in
Oh
Danish.
my God.
But yeah,
Oh my
the
God.
pressure from the outside, it does get big already. So they are right now setting the tone for title winners. They brought together all the old generations to look at the development of Denmark. And yeah, well, the need for the title is as big as ever, Martin, isn't it?
Yeah, there is De Gyldne Generationer.
Yeah, that's what
There is.
what Victor said.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Exactly the
I
same.
mean, I quote some way Nikolaj Jakobsen, the European title itself is not that much into his mind, but the mind is for him to have all three of them, the World Championship, the Olympics, and the European Championship, and that's the one they're missing. So it's a topic, and it's also been a topic that they can win the World Championship that many times in a row, but not getting the gold at the Euros. Okay, they lost in extra time against France. They had a bronze medal as well, if I remember correctly also. So they've been close. And they, on the other hand, Denmark also had a little bit of the small details when it comes to the Olympics. Was it against Slovenia? If I remember correctly, that was a tight game. There've been some other games where against Egypt, one that we will never forget on penalties. So it's down to the small margins, but it's a big topic. That's the one they're missing, and that's the question they're getting all the time in the media. Everyone, Nikolaj Jakobsen and all the players, is now the time. Is this the best time to get? Have there ever been more favorites and all those kind of things? You're playing in Denmark, yeah. So
I don't think so, because there is a lot of experienced players in Denmark, and they have shown everybody they are at this moment the best national team in the world. That's my opinion. But if there
Hot
is
take.
one thing that
You should keep your hot takes for later in the episode, Victor.
if there is one thing that can run a little bit against Denmark is this extra pressure of playing home, and this big desire of the gold medal in the Euro that the whole country has, and the players can at some point feel this weight on their shoulders.
I agree. So far from the tournaments, I don't feel like there has been this, but it's also because people is expecting them to like they're expecting Gisel to make 10 goals in every game, and they expect them to not only win but win with 8 or 10 goals or something like that. So whenever it's not going into the people's expectations, then it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna cope with that, and also the pressure, as you Victor said. That's for sure one of the things. But
Yes.
the players are hungry for it.
Especially because you said that all the media guys are asking the Danish team about this tournament. It doesn't really help that the tournament is at home for this exact matter, because well, there are going to be all of the handball journalists that Denmark has. They're going to be there. They are going to be asking the questions. They're going to be looking. And just a small reminder to 2014, it was late January as well, and there was a final being played in Hanning. I do have the feeling that the pressure can turn into negative energy in the arena super quickly. Or what's your impression, Martin?
Actually, I know where it's coming from, the reason why you say it, but so far it's the energy that the players is getting from entering Boxen and Herning. It's the biggest thing you can never do is playing a championship at home. And so far, obviously also because it's been going well, is that the feeling, the players, the way that they express is just to go into Boxen and play there in front of the home spectators. They give a boost and an energy, so they also tell themselves, okay, do I lack just 1% of motivation today? Whenever they enter the arena, it automatically boosts them, and I mean, I have a tough time seeing it in terms of this home advantage. I think it's very big for Denmark, and we also saw it earlier. Yeah, they're performing very well. But let's see if they face some challenges, injuries, or they will be behind with 4 or 5 goals against somebody. How will the Danish spectators cope with it? But we don't have a tradition to boo or do whatever. We kind of, just cheer them up even more. So yeah. They look strong,
and I mean
I have
that
to
they
be
can
honest.
turn that energy into positive things. We've seen that in 2019 as well. So World Championship final in Herning, and that actually started that streak that they're having on World Championships. So maybe history repeats, and the next 4 European champions will be called Denmark as well.
Yeah, but I just have to say that even though that we are speaking about it, all the players seems like they're very humbled and focused on it. It's not like they're just automatically gonna be in a semifinal. There's a long way to get there, and they are aware of the main round they're gonna face, and
The
also
main round
that
is
the
going to be
group.
difficult for them as well.
Of course, it will be, and they will be challenging, and they also have Portugal in the group they gotta play against in the first place. So there will be. They know for sure that even though that we are speaking about, the media is speaking about, the players are well aware of how to get there, and it's not gonna be an easy road. So that's why I'm very calm about it, because they know what it's gonna take. It's not gonna just be an easy ride to, and then we're in the semifinal and we will get somebody for the. They would need to earn it to be there, and by that, then they're playing very good and have done it. And some of the players, just like Pytlik, it seems like he plays even better for the Danish national team than he is for Flensburg at sometimes. And yeah, 4 line players they have also. They are doing very well in the defense.
Yeah, well, Pytlik
It
and
looks good.
Flensburg seems to be a little difficult topic at the moment. We might just leave that one out for now. But you put up another team here that I definitely want to talk about. It's the Heroes of the Sea, as they call themselves. But can they become the heroes of the land, the sea, the sky as well? Because Portugal is actually just looking around the corner for continuing their amazing streak that they're having. So 7th place at the Euro in 2024, and it's the 4th place at a World Championship that they just achieved. Víctor, where's the limit?
It's an exciting national team. We have spoken about them many times. I think they have a very, very bad injury for them, which is Diogo Rema in the goalkeeper position.
Yeah.
So Capdeville, and I don't know who's gonna be the other one. I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know, but I think that this injury from Rema, it's very, very
Yeah.
bad for Portugal. But I think that they are an exciting team. They just won against Spain in Spain in the last game that they played as a friendly game, and for me, again, the same as I said with France. I think that if the goalkeepers of Portugal are able to perform and give them a good performances, I think Portugal is capable in a good game to win against anyone.
Yeah, they have it in them. So the squad that they reached in was Gustavo Capdeville, Miguel Espina Ferreira, and Diogo Valerio. So we'll see who is going to end up playing there. But yeah, of course, the names that everybody is talking about in the handball world are the Costa brothers and Martin Costa, as we have been talking about reigning positions from the last Euro. He became top scorer. Martin, in these 2 years, how did Martin Costa develop?
Oh, he developed in a very positive way together with the club team Sporting, and the way that they are in the direction that they are going. And I believe he had a lot of offers from other clubs. So the signings of him and Kiko and Salvador also in Sporting, it's a huge. But he's. Can you say that he kind of got his breakthrough with the Euros? People got really aware of him and his attention. He's not afraid of shooting towards goal and scoring a lot of goals. I believe he became the top scorer together with Gisl. I don't recall if it's
I do
only
think so,
Martin.
yeah.
So that says a lot. And as Víctor said earlier, I like the Portuguese team a lot. Also the line players with Luis Frade and Itoriza. It's also they're big guys in there. Areira on the one of the wings, Leonel Fernandez Branquinho on the other one. But yeah, as Víctor said, Diego Rema in goal is a big minus for them.
I actually thought
Capdeville,
this
playing
would be his breakout tournament. So this would be the one where
Could
he
have
finally
been.
takes over in goal.
Could have been also. Capdeville, I think he's goalkeeper in Benfica, going to a Danish club, Tvis Holstebro, next year. Rui Silva is also the playmaker guy to keep it all together for the Costa brothers. I like Portugal, and they will do damage to teams because they score a lot of goals in their games. I don't recall the score of the game Spain-Portugal, but I think it was above 35. Víctor knows it. So, yeah.
And there is another name that nobody talks about, but I really like. It's Joao Gomez. Gomez. I really like him, and they can use him in the right back position. They can use him in the center back position, and I think he can be like the joker for them, because I think he's a player that can change a game. And they have a lot of game changers in Portugal because the Costa brothers are game changers. Luis Frade is a game changer. But Joao Gomez, for me, it's also a very, very exciting player.
Mm-hmm.
And also can you say the little brother of Cavalcanti made it to the team this time. Whenever we spoke about Cavalcanti, people would probably think about the other one. But yeah, there are interesting names. I think me and Víctor, we both like Portugal, but they are in the tough main round also. But that I like about the tough, that everybody can actually beat everybody in that main round. And it's also sometimes a matter of mix against each other. Is the Spanish playing style good for the Danish one? And the other way around. So there will be interesting games if it goes like we expect
Yeah,
for the teams to make to the main round.
And I mean, I'm sorry for all of you guys out there, but you can just see how excited we are for the tournament. We're an hour, 10 minutes into the podcast, and we've only actually talked about the first main round group. And there's so many exciting topics in the second main round group as well. We got to keep it shorter here a little bit, but be sure, as we're recording each and every day at the Euro, there will be enough screen time for your nation as well. But of course, let's do one or two more. And you got to look at the third co-hosting nation. So you got to look over at Sweden. The pressure is super high after the 14th spot at the World Championship last year. Martin, what's the reason to keep the hope up for Sweden?
One of the hopes is that Palika came back from an injury. He made it to the team together with Fabian Norsten, and Appelgren is one of them. I think with the line players they have,
do
have
you mean
an
his
unbelievable
elbow situation that he had earlier this season, or the ball that he just got in the face?
No, I know he got a ball in the face also in the one of the test match was against Brazil. I don't know what the status is on that one.
It will be
but
close to
besides
return.
that,
So we're recording just on Monday, and they are hoping to get him fit on by Saturday. But it's not entirely sure yet.
Appelgren also was doing good in those two games against Brazil. I saw them on television, Swedish television, and been doing very good on for Vesprem. But I mean, Sweden, was it just not a one unlucky tournament with Bergendal, Max Dyer, and Felix Müller in defense? They have the young guy, Nikola Roganovic from Malmö also. He made it to the squad. They have, I mean, Felix Klar, I like him a lot. He's an unbelievable player. They have a strong team. A little bit of a thing going on the left wing with Jerry Tolbring being injured, Emil Mellegaard, Lucas Pellas. So Hampus Wanne is together with the young guy from Malmö. I forgot his name at the moment. Something Montevideo or something like that.
Yeah, he's his replacement.
Exactly. So Sweden looks strong. Home.
Montebovi, actually, Felix Montebovi, who
and
comes in
sorry
for
to
Jerry
him
Tolbring.
for not.
All good.
Yeah,
all good. I mean, of course, the names are big in Sweden, and the recent successes or the last years before the World Championship, they look good as well. But I mean, if you look at it, then you just see that Axis, Appelgren, Gottfriedson that are together on club level as well. Do you think this can be a game changer, Víctor?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that you know. I just think Sweden, it's Sweden, and Sweden it's a strong, not because some players are together in their clubs or no. I think that Sweden, I think they can maybe feel that it's finally their time, like we've been there for so long, to be in the gold medal. I don't know what was the last gold medal. It
22.
was not long ago. But I think that they deserved more sometimes than what they got, and I think that they have been up there for a long time now, winning one gold medal, but maybe having the feeling that they could have won more. So I think that the last championship was disappointing, and they want to make up for that.
I think they're hungry also for the way the last Euro ended with this free throw from Brandy and all those talk that was around that one. I remember those faces after the media day, so I believe they're very hungry also to get the revenge in terms of that
they
and with
need
the home
that
field.
revenge. I guess so. It will be interesting. There's a lot of other super interesting nations on that side. So Croatia with the world after Domagoj Duvnjak. We have the Faroe Islands with the golden generation that is basically just starting right now. 7,500 fans are expected to travel over to Oslo. So those are just insane numbers. The island is going to be dead throughout the tournament, won't it?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Completely dead.
It's crazy.
It will be super interesting from their players' perspective as well. I mean, let's just give a short, really short one now to Faroe Islands. Oli Mitun, skipper, we have skipper Goethe, Vestav Taigum. I do feel like well, there's a lot to come from Faroe Islands, and I'm almost afraid that this can be the tournament for it.
We have to see also how the shoulder of Elias is,
Yeah.
because I remember the last game, Kiel Hannover, if I'm not remembering wrong, he was in minute 56, 58, changed for Nikola Bilic with some injury in the shoulder, and he didn't play until since then. So we will see.
He haven't played any of the test games also against Italy or any of the others. So, yeah, it's yeah. It's just crazy thing about 7,500 coming to Oslo when the whole total population of your country is 55,000. It's around 14% coming to a championship from the country. But yeah, obviously it's gonna leave them. That's a big minus for them if he's not playing. Oli Mitun has been doing good for GOG. That group itself is very interesting, I would say, with Slovenia. Slovenia has so many injuries. We need to do an episode just about the injuries from Slovenia, and then with Montenegro and Switzerland. That's a very tight one. That's about what I wanted to say about that one. And Faroe Island have earlier stole our hearts together with Italy.
I'm really keen on seeing that group because I am super interested in Switzerland as well. How much Andy Schmid handball is there already in the Swiss national team? Noam Leopold is playing amazing in the Champions League. 52 goals for Nantes right now, and those are the kind of game changer players that Switzerland needs. But before I am taken away too much already.
Okay. I just need to say with Leopold, the goal also against Paris, he scored from a very tight angle for a draw. And speaking about a good wrist earlier with Barufet, Leopold is also up there with a good wrist.
Most definitely. But yeah, just as I said, we don't want to take away too much yet because I asked you guys to prepare some hot takes. So let's see what you prepared for us. I asked you to prepare 2 or 3. We are gonna keep them short, but discuss a little bit about it and take them with us through the tournament. Martin, start with your least hot one. So start with your coldest hot take for today.
Okay, and I had a little bit of a doubt myself whether it was a hot take, but since Switzerland made it as from the worst seeding group, or what you can say, they came in as number 4 in the seeding. My hot take was just that Switzerland is going through to the main round.
Okay, I agree. It is a cold hot take, so I do see it very possible. Victor?
I have 3 in total. So
good,
now you said take the coldest one.
That's fine. So about the coldest, that's good because we don't need to discuss too much about it unless Victor sees it completely different.
Yeah, it's also about one team going through to the main round, and that's Italy.
Okay. Okay. You see Italy leaving the group with Hungary, Iceland, and Poland in it. I do see that. Is that your coldest hot take?
Yes, I have two. I have two.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
This is the coldest one, and the other, it's more risky one. But
it's
we're
good.
here to play, my friend.
Risky.
We're here to play.
It's good because my heater doesn't work, but I don't need it with that temperature on your hot takes. Italy will make it. So what makes you confident there?
I don't know. I don't know. I just like the vibes, you know. I just, you know, feel that they think they can do it.
Okay. And Iceland or Hungary, who again they're gonna leave behind?
I think Iceland.
Okay, that is interesting, but I'm gonna come back to that in a bit. I'm gonna start with my coldest hot take, and that is Norway takes away points from one of the big ones. So when they are in the main round, they are gonna decide who is coming through.
I'm freezing here. That's so cold.
I would like you to specify a little bit more who are the big ones.
Yeah, I'm talking about the big ones here as Denmark.
So,
well,
all the teams in the main
basically
round?
everyone in the main round. Yeah.
Wow,
But,
I'm freezing.
I was looking into the direction of Germany, Denmark, and France. They're gonna beat one of them.
Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. They're gonna beat one of them.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
This I can already say now by your hot takes. This will be interesting.
It will be. It will
By
be.
the next with the next hot takes that I have.
Okay, Martin, then you can go ahead.
I didn't thought about saying it. Then that was not one of the hot takes. But then I'm gonna put it in because I had some extra ones. Then I'm gonna say Iceland is going to the semifinal.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do have that in my hot takes as well. It is.
Since Victor said that thing, then I thought I'd put it in there now.
Yeah.
I like Victor's hot take though.
Victor, what do you say about that?
That's very, very risky. Really risky. But I gotta say that only one of these three teams is going to be in the semifinal: Denmark, France, and Germany.
Okay, that's also nice.
Denmark,
I like
only
that one.
one of them actually. Okay, wow,
Yeah.
that's
So that means Norway or Spain and Portugal are going through together with one of these.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I disagree in that, and that brings me to my next hot take here, because Spain exits in the preliminary round again. Austria is gonna come through.
I knew somebody took
He
it with
loves
me.
it. He loves it.
Yeah, well, it's not about Spain. I just feel like it's not, they're not there yet. So there's too much going on in the national team. The pressure is just super high on them because of the recent history they had. I see Germany ahead of them, so Germany is just better at the moment than Spain is. And I really like the idea of handball that Iker Romero is playing with Austria. They looked interesting against France, and I feel like that history is going to repeat itself.
We started too late with this hot take. We should have done it for earlier episodes as well.
Well, then we would have screamed and yelled at each other for the past 80 minutes. I don't think that would have been great for the podcast. But yeah, okay. Interesting one. I do agree with you, though. Well, I don't know. It is still possible in your hot take, but Germany is gonna get disappointed because the hopes are so high on the national team, and the pressure is so high. But the competition is as strong as it ever was, and we can still play a great tournament, but leave in the main round. I don't think that Germany is gonna make it to the semifinal.
So it's a disappointment if they leave in the main round. That's the
From media
criteria, right?
perspective, definitely. And on the other hand, there's talks about Alfred Gislason already, and they came out of the DHB, so they put pressure on him because, I mean, the big shining light that is laying ahead of us in Germany is the Home World Championship in 2027, and well, everything below a medal even would be a disappointment.
Yeah, then I agree that they will also get disappointed.
Yeah. But actually, that was not one of my hot takes. I do have one more. Martin, I think that you have one as well.
Yeah, I thought about saying no draws in the group phase, but I left that one out as well, just to think out loud. The other one that I have is that Czech Republic is gonna beat Norway in the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you so convinced there?
I seen Norway in the test matches, and I know they are the favorites, Norway here, but Czech Republic, I think with Tomàs Marevka in goal, and they also have some injuries in terms of the defense. I know that's not speaking into my favor, but I do believe that they have a strong team, especially defensively wise, and if they can keep up with the underdog role towards Norway, everybody was gonna expect them to go through. And I think we've seen it earlier with Czech Republic. They've done it, played close matches. They did once against Denmark. Also, if I remember correctly, they had that very good year. So that was the hot take that I have. That I see them doing some damage on a already damaged Norwegian national team.
Yeah, fair enough. Will be interesting. Yeah, Victor?
I just thought about another one.
You know
Just
what
because
is funny?
I like to play. You know?
Yeah,
I
you
like
know
to
what is
play.
funny? Martin predicted that, but when you were half an hour late for the podcast.
What
I
he
predicted that you will come up with one.
So-
that you will come up with
okay,
one.
So
okay,
GG's
yeah.
Martin, your first
Yeah.
hot take of the podcast, it actually came true.
Yeah, that was my hot take.
We will see only one Danish player in the All-Star team of the championship.
Who will it be?
Gitzel.
Nielsen?
Yeah. Gitzel.
Okay.
That's also a hot take. That's also interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's a
That's
hot
also
take.
interesting.
It most definitely is. It most definitely is.
Well,
But
when they're so big favorites, it's normally they have at least two if they go all the way. Is top scorer also a part of the All-Star team, or is it MVP and all the positions?
No, it's in the All-Star
Okay.
team.
okay, just
Yeah.
these 7 positions. All right, fair enough. Interesting. I like it, but I do agree with you. I feel like the individual quality in the tournament has gone up in recent years, and there are even more exciting players. There's more people to talk about. There's more topics that are super interesting this Euro. So might be. I don't think it will come true though. But we'll see there. I'll give you my last hot take. Not just Iceland reaches the semifinal. I'm not even brave enough to say it, but Faroe Islands will do too. Faroe Islands will come into the semifinal. Yep, said it. Yep, I'm dying on that hill. Faroe Islands will do it.
I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Yeah, ciao. Come.
So Sweden and Croatia are out.
Sweden out,
Slovenia is
Croatia
out.
out, Switzerland out. Slovenia won't
Hungary-
even make it out of the group. Faroe Islands and
Hungary
Switzerland
out.
will proceed.
Faroe Islands.
I don't know what to say. They would, which they're without Skipper Götze, they will not even go through the group, if you ask me.
We'll see. So it's not clear yet that Skippy won't
Wow.
play. They definitely will need him. But still, I'm just so convinced in that project that they have been building over the last 14 years now. I think the CEO has been in charge for 14 years now, and they actually just built that big arena on the Faroe Islands. The hype is as big as it ever was. Last tournament, it was 5,000 Faroese coming with them. Now it's 7,500, so it's even more people supporting them. Everybody remembers that draw against Norway that they had in Berlin. This is gonna look like
Had
horse
a
shit next to
draw
it.
against a team that is gonna be last in the other main round. I like your hot take, Bengt. All due respect. I like that's what hot takes is about.
Exactly. Just like I said,
I
my
was-
heater is not working.
Yeah, I was about to put something on the line there if that happens, but yeah, no need to. That's a crazy one. Yeah, I don't know what to say. You left me kind of speechless. That's hot take.
All right, then let's move on from the hottest hot takes in the handball universe over to some predictions that probably aren't going to be as hot. So let's do it. Let's see who's winning the EHF Euro 2026. Víctor, Tomàs.
I hate to say Denmark.
Martin Vilstrup.
I know you're gonna say something else, so it's good that you're asking the two of us first. So I will say Denmark.
You're absolutely right. The winner of the EHF Euro 2026 will be back-to-back France. They're going to take it away from Denmark. I think that will be the final, Denmark against France, but we'll see. Hence, the MVP question will probably be an easy one to you guys. Víctor?
Yes, Matthias Gitzel.
Martin?
It's actually funny because I thought about saying not Gitzel as top scorer as one of the hot takes, and there have never been a Danish player as MVP at a European Championship, but this will be the year. It's Gitzel.
Okay, you really switched your mind very fast from, oh, my hot take is it's not going to be Gitzel to it's going to be Gitzel.
No, as a top scorer. I just
okay.
said.
Yeah, okay.
Top scorer.
Fair enough.
He will be the MVP.
Because he is, at first my MVP, DKM. I think everything that is happening around him just gives him wings. He will fly through the tournament. Top scorer, then I'm going to break it off here. I say that one's going to be Gitzel. Martin.
Yeah, the easy one will be Gitzel, but I cannot say MVP Gitzel in Denmark, and then so I will go with a different one, and I will say Kiki Costa.
Mm-hmm. Víctor?
I say Martin Costa.
Okay. How far will Portugal go in the tournament?
They can play 5th and 6th place, and they will also get those kind of goals for those matches against Faroe Island. They will be in semi-final. Sorry, whoever they will face from the other main round group. What will Portugal be? They can be everything. I see Norway as the weakest one, but Norway's not making it through, as I said, to the main round.
Okay. Cool. Then one last question as a surprise here for you. Best goalie of the tournament?
Oh, Víctor should start then.
Sergei Hernandez. Let's close the podcast exactly how we started it, with Víctor saying Sergei Hernandez for 10 times in a row.
Yeah, but the problem is that I gotta say the one that I think is the best at this moment, and I have to say Emil Nielsen.
Martin?
Will that mean 2 people in the All-Star? Oh, okay, so positions. No, I will say Emil Nielsen as well.
Yeah, then we finally have one position where we agree on. I do think it's Emil Nielsen as well. But if you actually listened up until this point, then you guys have all the knowledge that you need to beat Martin, Víctor, Andrea Lekic, who is joining our podcast squad as well, and me in the match predictor powered by Gorenje. You guys can download the Home of Handball app and play the match predictor with and against us. You can win a signed jersey that if you win the league that we will send to you. So it is going to be amazing. It's going to be a lot of predicting fun, and I'm really keen to pull your guys' pants down.
Oh
Hey,
my
we will
god!
see. I'm
But should we, before the episode ends, should we predict the semi-finalists also for the ones we will meet up together in the final weekend when we see each other in Herning?
I actually dropped mine already, if you listen closely. So I said Denmark,
Faroe
France,
Island, Iceland,
Faroe Island,
Denmark,
Iceland,
France.
yeah. Martin,
Okay.
who are yours?
Okay. Iceland, Sweden, Denmark, France.
Iceland, Sweden, Denmark, France. And now, Mr. Hot Take, only one of Denmark, Germany, and France is going to make it. Who are your semifinalists, Mr. Perfect?
It's
So I
because
think-
he said to you he needs to specify it, and now we kind of forcing him to do it.
It's Denmark, Spain,
Opa.
Sweden, and Croatia.
Okay.
Vamos,
So
vamos.
it does get wild when it comes down to the semifinalists among the 4 of us. So we'll see how that one will end up. But I'm excited, man. So I really can't wait for Thursday, 6 p.m. Central European Standard Time. Yeah, that's the one right now. When the first games are being kicked off, I hope you guys are enjoying the tournament. Check your local broadcasters, or if they don't show it, then you can always watch on EHFTV.com. So come along, find out, and join us there. And join us in the podcast. So daily news updates from the Euro will be dropped here. Yeah, I'm super excited. Thanks for the time, boys. And thanks for you guys out there for tuning in. Yeah, we will hear each other again next time when it's time to talk handball again.
Ball across to Dylan. Now he double in flight. Oh, what a start.
Ooh, into the net.
She does it again.